Nangalam kalyang persyaw Dr. Mukul sangma, ulakamba ka jingrai ka Sorkar ban Siew Tulop iki nongtre, jong baro, lightly ki Autonomous District Council ADC haga jylla, kalong kumba Kwah ban Plie ya ka Pandora box, ne ka sindu ka Pandora. Hapakray menta ka sngi Dr. Mukul ulong ba, karay ka Sorkar jylla ka long ka jingpan khen, ya ka riti sinchar ka ri na marba ki District Council, kini ki balay lord, katkum ka bor, balapan ko bor ka riti sinchar ka ri. Ulong ba Kwah ban sngaw hato ka Sorkar ka muat ban Siew Tulop, Rakabakanto baro akat kum ki jingdon kam bala le yaki nongtre Sorkar ne ka shumbot ban ar ka grant shaki District Council ban Siew Tulop. Ulong minshwaru ka Sorkar jala kalakni yaki LB School ne ki District Council. Laban kadoba dangshan ka Sorkar jala kala rai ban Tyrwa subun bin siem shabaro ki District Council haka jala bagan Siew lem yak Tulop jang baro ki nongtre jongki. Mereka syongpat hakamon lai do jongki banjir lada ki tre em. Bat ka Sorkar kanum penbor bat kanum tuklar yaki kam jongki. Henry ki babun ki sngoba kane kade ka jingriam ka Sorkar ban kene pat yaka bor jongki hadin.
See, what is the constitutional provision and how a government policy can supersede constitutional provision, that they will be in the best position to reply. In fact, if you ask from that perspective, because they themselves are contradicting their own statements. I think they are in confusion. I'm sure they are in confusion because whatever they are trying to articulate and somehow strategize in a manner which is expected to be for the purpose of bringing a solution to the problem of ADCs, and they are in confusion. Their contradictory statements and their knee-jerk reactions, these are knee-jerk reactions. And at the same time, the fact that they are themselves talking about ADCs as the autonomous bodies, this is something which they have to understand. That as a state government, if they say they are assuming upon themselves to pay salary directly, I don't understand whether it is directly or they want to ensure that okay, whatever salary component is there will be passed on to the ADCs as grant. So there is lack of clarity. But from what we could understand from their statement and repetition of their explanation is that the government decides that they shall take upon themselves the responsibility of paying the salaries of the employees of the ADCs, of all the three ADCs. It's an infringement into the autonomy of the ADCs. Will the people agree? In the first instance, do you want to create that Pandora's box to allow dilution of the whole provision of the Schedule of the Constitution of India? You have to be very careful, and I think we should learn from history. There has been certain things which were done by the government which is not inconsistent with the provision of the Constitution. Rather, the District Council, for that matter, has been already taken away of its own power and responsibility of administration of primary education by the state government. There is a precedence. Therefore, any attempt of even taking away any more subjects which is entrusted as per the mandate of the Schedule of the Constitution of India to the ADCs, it is not going to be something which will be acceptable to the people of the state. Now today, contrary to what we have tried earlier, we try to ensure that ADCs are further strengthened and ADCs are given all the necessary support to ensure that they have the financial stability, to ensure that they have the predictability of having the resources needed to ensure the kind of governance which will be considered as efficient enough to have a better effective delivery system of all the developmental and welfare schemes which are entrusted to the ADCs as per the mandate of the 6th rule of the Constitution of India. And also at the same time, you have to, again, from another angle, I should say, district council is vested with numerous responsibilities. The diversity of responsibility vested upon ADCs, if you go by the mandate of the Constitution, you will have to understand how they must be assured of the kind of resources which should be provided for them to ensure that kind of financial stability and adequate resources to fulfill their mandate and fulfill the objective, the constitutional objective. Now, therefore, the issue of strengthening the ADCs is to be understood from the perspective of the constitutional provisions which is available before us, and how we can take rather leverage upon those provisions of the Constitution of India and ensure that the ADCs get their share of resources which can be considered as adequate enough to enable them to further augment their level of administration and governance.